What's up, YouTube? This is Will from Will Development. As usual, I've tried to make a video like 5 fucking times, and I just keep changing my mind. I'm actually doing this video on my laptop, so before, when I used to keep having to restart my videos, it was because YouTube kept shitting out on me. Oh, sorry, I just took a post-workout shake, and it's like, ugh. I don't have any water to wash it down with me right now. So anyway, YouTube used to just shit out on me because I would use their service to record, and now I'm doing it on my laptop. Hopefully, this will be the last like low quality video because I got a video camera coming in the mail. Nice little Sony handheld one. Should be here tomorrow. So I actually might release a training video tomorrow because I'm hitting shoulders, which I don't really put a lot of big numbers up on shoulders. Traps. I don't hit big numbers on shoulders except for on my shrugs. I hit big fucking numbers on shrugs. I don't give a fuck who you are. Picking up 300 pounds and doing this with it. You be impressed by me. That's not what this video is about. This video from Will Development, and I'm Will. I may have introduced myself. When you do a video 5 times, you forget what you've talked about already. And it's hard to start from one because I talk from here and from here. So like it's hard for me to remember what I've said already. And I've got fucking notes this time, and I'm still forgetting. What are you gonna do, right? So we are talking about carb cycling, also known as cyclical ketogenic diets. Ketogenics is low carbohydrate dieting. Atkins. Everybody knows Atkins diet. You know, basically you don't eat carbs. To me, a purely ketogenic diet will not get you where you want to go. And I know what you're thinking, right? Like, Atkins people swear by it. But that's the funny thing about people who get roped into like cliques. Their thing is always the best fucking thing for you. I mean, if you talk to a CrossFitter, they'll tell you it's the only fucking way to work out. It's the only way to work out. You talk to a bodybuilder, a lot of people will generalize shit when they get roped into a class of people or a group or a clique. And it causes a lot of closed-mindedness. I'm not going to sit here and tell you Atkins doesn't work, because that would be bullshit. There's plenty of studies that have shown people lose weight and live healthier lives on an Atkins diet. I'm sure there's studies that show the opposite. Whenever you love something, somebody else hates it somewhere. That's just the way of the world. So I'm not going to jump into whether or not you should do a fucking fully ketogenic diet all the time. I am talking about carb cycling, which is a cyclical ketogenic diet. So, carb cycling. The reason you carb cycle, or the reason you start a ketogenic diet, generally is to cleanse the body of glycogen. Glycogen is a product of stored carbohydrates. From what I understand, it's mainly from simple carbs. Like, wheat isn't going to get turned into glycogen and be stored in your body. From what I understand. Someone correct me. Fucking come at me. Correct me. Please. I want to know. But from what I understand, that's basically what it is. So, glycogen gets stored in the liver, and it gets also stored around your body as fat. From what I understand. So, when you're on a low carbohydrate diet, your body is forced to take the necessary glycogen from its storage facilities in either fat or your liver, instead of having a supply of it from food coming in through your mouth, obviously, right? So So yeah, that's what a ketogenic diet is. That's why you would do it. So you basically do it to lose fat. Because what else is new, right? You know, fucking way of America. We're fat pieces of shit who just want to be anything but. Yay. So, I've done carb cycling without even knowing it was called carb cycling. I've done it basically as intermittent cutting. Now, I know when you look at me, you're like, well, Will, you're like really soft, which I am. I actually have a fat caliper coming in tomorrow, so I'll be able to finally tell you what my body fat percentage is at tomorrow in my update video. Finally! I'm excited and scared. But you gotta understand, I was fat as fuck when I was a kid. Which was last week, because, you know, I'm still young. I mean, when I was like 12. When I was 12, I was like 160 pounds, 170 pounds, and I was like 5'4". So, I mean, I was fat. I don't even have the chin fat anymore to do it. So, when I cut, and I even lose 10 pounds, I'm like, yes, it's weight loss, right? And right now, you know, I'm gaining, and then I'm going to cut. This is going to be my first real bodybuilder cut when I finally cut. And I will be using carb cycling to do that. I will be cutting mainly my carbs, because that's always what I did when I dieted. I cut carbs. When you cut carbs, you're losing a lot of calories, because carbs make up for quite a bit of calories when you look at them on a scale of caloric density of nutrients. I plan to do a video on that because I don't think enough people in the world understand how to read a food label and what the fuck a calorie is and all that stuff. So I'm going to jump into that a little bit probably next week. I've been lazy this week, sorry guys. Anyway, so what's going to happen when you carb cycle is you're planning to cut your carbs really low on the days that you're being ketogenic, meaning low carb. So low carb days, you're going to do really low carbs. I mean, we're talking like a quarter of your body weight low. Maybe, or I say body weight. When I say body weight, basically the rule of thumb with protein is if you weigh 200 pounds, you want to get 1 gram of protein per pound of body fat, or pound of body weight. So you weigh 200 pounds, you need 200 grams of protein. That's the rule of thumb. If you want to weigh 220, you need to eat 220 grams of protein, or get 220 grams of protein. That's the rule of thumb with protein. So when I say you need to match your body weight, or, you know, that statement, understand what I mean by that. Times your body weight and that sort of thing. So low carbs, if you weigh 200 pounds, you're going to want to get somewhere, or on your low carb days, you're going to be getting somewhere like 100 to 150 grams of carbs that day. Protein is going to be higher though. If you're getting about 200 grams of protein because you weigh 200 pounds and you're just maintaining because you're an average person, you're going to want to bump that up higher on your low carb days. So 200 pounds, 200 grams of protein for a normal day, bump that shit up to like 280, 300. Like, don't be afraid. You're going to need it. And then fats. These are your 3 macros, by the way. Fats, proteins, and carbs. So you're going to keep low fat generally just throughout the year when you do it. But when you're on low carb days, you're going to need the extra fat for the calories. Now, fat is the most caloric dense of the 3 things that basically make up a calorie. And remember, I always talk in the simplest form because that's just how I talk. So let's just say calories made up of 3 things: fats, proteins, and carbs. Fats are your most calorically dense one of the 3. So you can still keep fats low and reap the benefits of the calories. And for fats, you're going to want to jump it up a bit. I have some notes. Give me a sec. You're going to get like 0.3. So like take your body weight, 200 pounds, you're looking at somewhere that's like 60 grams of fat, which is a bit when you think about it. compared to like what you might normally eat. And keep your fats clean too. Olive oil, that sort of thing. Me olive oil. Keep it clean. And you're going to spread this shit out. Diet normally when you carb cycle. Don't get fancy and crazy with it. Just diet. Get your 7 meals a day. Eat breakfast pretty much right when you wake up. Because when you're carb cycling, when you're ketogenic, I apologize, K-E-T, not K-A-T, it's ketogenic. When you're being ketogenic on day one, let's say, you want to get nutrition in your body as soon as possible because you're going to wake up tired because your body will have eaten through itself. And then on the days that you're not ketogenic, when you're fucking reloading on carbs and you're eating a lot of carbs, you're going to want to eat pretty quick. That way you can get your metabolism going first thing. So it's like you should always eat breakfast as soon as you can. And these people that are like, oh, I can't eat breakfast first thing. It's like, you know what? That's an excuse. So you got questions on carb cycling. If you need more information on this, come to me for a charismatic source. Go to the internet for black and white. And if you can't eat breakfast first thing in the morning, I guess that's your excuse. But let me know in the comments, what's your excuse?